Whose motorcycle is this? It's a chopper, baby. Whose chopper is it? Zed's. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Legendary lines, one of many in the movie we're discussing today. We're taking a look back at a classic, Pulp Fiction, the greatest movie maybe ever made. Discuss it in the comments. We're taking a look back.
Thank you, Geert. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to explore into the gritty world of crime and redemption, where every twist and turn keeps you guessing? Directed by Quentin Tarantino and featuring an all-star cast including Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta, Uma Thurman, and Bruce Willis, this film has captivated audiences for decades. It's interesting how certain films seem to gain more depth with each viewing, particularly as you get older. Your kids might not have had the chance to see it yet. Now that they're old enough, you might consider showing it to them. So, are you ready to step into the shoes of hitmen, gangsters, and boxers and experience the thrill of one of cinema's most iconic films? Stay with us as we explore the unforgettable moments and timeless themes that have made history. Before we proceed, please ensure to like and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's dig into the plot summary. Plot summary. In the gritty world of gangsters and deals gone wrong, two hitmen, Jules Winfield and Vincent Vega, were on a mission. Their boss, Marcellus Wallace, sent them to retrieve a mysterious briefcase from a guy named Brett. But things went south fast when Brett tried to pull a fast one on Marcellus. Jules, a man of faith who quotes the Bible before taking lives, and Vincent, a cool customer with a taste for heroin, didn't hesitate to settle the score. They left Brett and his buddies in a pool of blood, grabbed the briefcase, and headed back to Marcellus. Meanwhile, Vincent, always on the hunt for his next fix, bought heroin from his dealer, Lance. He shot up and then found himself on another errand for Marcellus, escorting his wife Mia for a night out. Mia, a glamorous woman with a taste for adventure, and Vincent, a man trying to keep his cool, ended up at Jack Rabbit Slim's, a funky diner straight out of the 1950s. They danced, they laughed, and Mia even snorted some of Vincent's heroin, mistaking it for cocaine. Disaster struck when Mia overdosed, and Vincent had to rush her to Lance's place for a life-saving shot of adrenaline. After the scare, Vincent got Mia home safely, promising never to breathe a word to Marcellus. But their troubles weren't over. Boxer Butch Coolidge, paid off by Marcellus to take a dive in his fight, had other plans. Instead of throwing the match, Butch knocked out his opponent and made a run for it, setting off a chain of events that would bring all these characters crashing together in a violent and unforgettable climax. In the midst of chaos and betrayal, Butch recalled a significant moment from his past. Captain Coons, a war veteran, had delivered Butch his father's precious gold watch. This watch wasn't just any ordinary timepiece. It had survived wars and horrors, even hiding in Butch's father's behind during his time as a prisoner of war. Butch, a boxer, made a bold move during a fight arranged by his boss, Marcellus. He bet on himself, winning the match, but accidentally killing his opponent. Knowing he'd be in deep trouble, Butch planned to escape with his girlfriend, Fabienne. However, when she forgot to pack the treasured watch, Butch had to return home to retrieve it. Upon his return, Butch encountered Vincent, one of Marcellus's men. In a moment of desperation, Butch shot him dead and fled, setting off a chain of events that would change everything. As Butch drove away, he collided with Marcellus at a traffic light, injuring them both. Marcellus, filled with rage, pursued Butch, leading them into a pawn shop. There, they were captured and subjected to horrifying acts by the shop's owner and his accomplice. Butch managed to break free and decided to take a stand. Armed with a katana, he rescued Marcellus and together they fought back, emerging victorious. Marcellus spared Butch's life, on one condition: leave Los Angeles forever. With Fabienne by his side, Butch rode off into the sunset, leaving behind the violence and darkness of their past. It was a moment of redemption and escape, a chance for Butch to start anew. In the heat of the moment, after a deadly encounter in Brett's apartment, things took a turn for the worse. Another guy burst out of the bathroom, shooting wildly at Jules and Vincent. Miraculously, they escaped without a scratch, but they had to take care of the new threat. Vincent, always skeptical, didn't buy into Jules's talk of miracles. In a cruel twist of fate, Vincent accidentally shot their companion, Marvin, right in the face, making a bloody mess of the car and themselves. Panicked, they sought refuge at Jules's friend Jimmy's house. Jimmy was clear. They had to clean up before his wife got home. With no other choice, they called in a fixer, Winston Wolfe, to help them out. Wolfe gave them clear instructions: clean the car, hide the body in the trunk, get rid of their bloody clothes, and take the car to a junkyard. It was a race against time to cover their tracks before anyone else got involved. As Jules and Vincent sat in the diner, Jules dropped a bombshell. He wanted out of the crime game. He believed their survival earlier was a sign from above. Vincent wasn't so sure, but he had other things on his mind. While Vincent was away, a couple, Ringo and Yolanda, burst in, guns blazing, demanding Marcellus's briefcase. Jules, cool as ice, turned the tables on them, holding Ringo hostage. But Yolanda wasn't backing down. When Vincent returned, the situation escalated. But Jules, with his smooth talking and wisdom, managed to calm everyone down. He even shared some deep thoughts about life and crime. In the end, Jules let the robbers go with the cash, showing a glimpse of mercy. With the briefcase in hand, Jules and Vincent left the diner, ready for whatever came next. It was another day in the unpredictable world they lived in. Did Pulp Fiction strike gold at the box office? According to Variety, Pulp Fiction raked in an estimated $8.6 to $9 million during its opening weekend. Despite a budget of $8.5 million and approximately $10 million spent on marketing, the film soared to great heights, grossing a whopping $108 million at the U.S. box office. This achievement marked a significant milestone for Miramax, as Pulp Fiction became the first of their films to surpass the $100 million mark in the United States and Canada. In addition to its impressive box office success, Pulp Fiction received critical acclaim and secured its place in cinematic history. It climbed from the 95th spot on AFI's 1997 list to the 94th position on the 2007 100 Years 100 Movies, 10th Anniversary Edition list of the greatest American films. Furthermore, it was ranked 53rd on AFI's 2001 100 Years 100 Thrills list, solidifying its status as one of the most thrilling American films of all time. What have audiences said about Pulp Fiction? Review 1. In Pulp Fiction, we see the tough guys talking in a funny way at the start. It makes them seem more like regular people. Even though these chats don't seem to matter much, they add something special to the movie. Tarantino likes to put lots of details and cool references in his films, which makes us think more about what's going on. The movie talks about power and uses strong words about race, which makes it deep. Even though Pulp Fiction doesn't have a clear message, the way it tells stories and makes us think is what makes it so good. Review 2. Pulp Fiction tells a bunch of weird stories that all have a lesson hidden in them. Even though the movie doesn't have one big idea, it's still good because the characters are interesting and face tough choices. The movie is well made, and the actors do a great job, even if the story doesn't have a big message. Review 3. Pulp Fiction is cool because it has funny talk, a good story, and awesome music. Tarantino mixes different movie styles together, which makes it special. Some people say he copies other movies, but Pulp Fiction is still amazing and has a big impact. The actors are great and the scenes are unforgettable. It's a classic movie that keeps people entertained all over the world. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like and bell buttons. Stay tuned for our next video. Take care until then.